China is busy working on developing its own version of the sixth-generation fighter aircraft, and its vision for the program is similar to the U.S. Air Force's Next-Generation Air Dominance (NGAD) program. The head of the Air Combat Command, ACC, Gen/Mark D. Kelly, said at a media interaction. The Drive reported. Sixth-generation fighter aircraft are mostly notional, and while they are in development for several nations, their specific capabilities are unclear. These aircraft are slated to arrive by the end of the decade at the earliest and are likely to have uncrewed drones flying alongside crewed aircraft with new-era weapons and sensors. China's approach to developing sixth-generation aircraft. At the media interaction, Kelly underlined that China's ambition for such an aircraft was similar to that of the U.S. in terms of wanting an exponential rise in power and sensor capabilities, while expecting identical rate reductions in signature. To do this, China is anticipated to utilize its iterative method to fast shrink the gap between its present technologies and those it desires. This is something it has executed quite successfully with the Flanker series of aircraft of Soviet roots. According to The Drive, China first bought the Su-27 aircraft in 1992 and began building them under license as J-11 and J-11A aircraft in the next 8 years, using locally sourced avionics and engines. China eventually put out the J-11B as its aircraft with multirole capability. It has then something comparable to the Su-30 MKK aircraft, which is the J-15, is also getting multirole duties. Recent improvements in warfare have meant that the next variants of J-15 and J-16 are also equipped for electronic warfare. The country's recent decision to purchase a small batch of the Su-35s was also regarded by Kelly as a chance to gain access to the fifth-generation speed and avionics of the otherwise fourth-generation aircraft. The Drive stated in its story. China's skills in these sectors mean it could fast progress in developing its sixth-generation aircraft, such that the U.S. would have to scramble to keep ahead, Kelly told the reporters. New J-20s, much ado about nothing. Kelly's statements strongly contrast with how Gen. Kenneth Wilsbach, the head of Pacific Air Forces, views the new J-20 aircraft. Although a fifth-generation aircraft, Wilsbach had remarked that the J-20 wasn't a huge concern since it faced the same faults as China's other homegrown aircraft, underpowered engines, Business Insider reported. The aircraft boasts new-age stealth properties, great mobility, modern avionics and sensors, radar tracking, and an internal weapons bay. China has not only deployed the J-20s regularly in the East and South China Seas. Although it is not obvious if the aircraft is being built as a multirole fighter or for retaining air supremacy, China has ambitions to produce several of them, which the U.S. is keeping an eye on. In addition, China is also constructing an H-20 bomber and an uncrewed combat aerial vehicle, UCAV, for now, so a sixth-generation fighter aircraft on the horizon shouldn't be a surprise.